Welcome, everybody. This is Up Your Rank FPL, our debut season as a pod. We are your hosts. I'm AC. That's Bry. We are here to flood you with FPL content. We hope that you guys are going to find some value in this content. If you do, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Bry, what are we doing today?
Listen, today, as it's our debut, our premiere episode, we want to just let y'all know a little bit about the managers that are going to be bringing you this content throughout the season. We are going to be here every single game week, folks. Starting from game week 1, the season kicks off in a couple weeks time, August 5th, and we're going to be here sharing that content with you. You can join us on our FPL journey. But in order to just let you know a little bit about the managers who are going to be sharing that content with you, I wanted to just go through a couple of questions with you, AC.
Yep.
Right? Why don't you just let me know what club you support and why?
I support the Reds, Liverpool!
Wow. Okay.
I probably shouldn't have done that to the table. But let me explain to you why I support Liverpool.
Please.
Tons of guys in our group support different clubs. We have the Chelsea fans. We have the Man U fans. We have the Tottenham fans. But you know what was really missing in our group? The Liverpool fans. So when I'm watching football and everyone's supporting a club, I had to pick a team. And it just made sense for me to pick Liverpool. By the time I started watching Premier League football, a season in, I already made a decision to support the Reds, Liverpool all day. And then we get a freaking championship. Let me ask you the same question.
Amen.
Who do you support? Because my club, since I've been watching football, has titles.
Oh, well, I mean, here's the thing. It's very interesting. You talk about the 4-year period, 4 or 5 year period. Certain Liverpool fans have just kind of woken up out the woodworks, but that's all right. Well, it is what it is. It is what it is. Y'all have a long-standing history. I myself, I'm a diehard, I bleed blue all day, Chelsea through and through. I've been supporting Chelsea since about 2003, but it's actually a little bit of a fluke that I ended up supporting Chelsea.
Oh, yeah?
And the reason of that is actually a family in England. And when I was younger, I had a couple of my aunts come and visit me, and where they were from, the jerseys that they wore for their team was blue. Then when I start watching Premier League football in 2003, I see this team on the channel who is wearing the blue jersey, and I'm thinking, oh snap, that's who my aunts support. Only years later, I found out that they're actually from Birmingham, and they support Birmingham FC. But I ended up just falling in love with the Blues from that point. Mourinho, it's a siege mentality. It's us against them. Growing up with just watching guys like Didier, Frank, Michael Ballack, the OG boys, all the way into Mata and Hazard, and then now where we're at now. I've just been a fan of them ever since, man. And unlike you, I know winning the league is a little bit new to you, but I've seen it happen a couple of times in my lifetime, which has been great. And we've seen a couple CL finals and took home a couple of those as well. But that, I digress. But just to short and sweet it's Chelsea, definitely Chelsea for me.
Okay, so moving on from the clubs.
Yep.
When it comes to FPL, what was your best ever overall rank?
Best overall rank in FPL. That actually, funny enough, came this season because your boy ended up with a nice 60K finish. I know it's not, the 10Ks or the 2Ks, but I gotta be honest, it's just something that I started taking seriously. Ended up scoring 2,535 points, my biggest point total as well. So it was definitely a good season for me. Memorable. How about you?
That's big.
What about you, man? What's your highest overall ranked season?
My highest overall ranked season would have been my debut season, and that's when I was almost in the top 20K. I was ranked 20,059 if memory serves me right. So 59 places truly outside of the top 20K. But that was my best overall year, my best overall rank. That was 2018, 2019.
Perfect. Okay. Well, that sounds good. Why don't I throw another question out at you? What's been your most memorable moment playing this game?
I'll never forget either in 2018 or 2019.
Okay.
One of them where I don't know what I did, and I put Trent Alexander-Arnold on my bench when he had a whopping 21 pointer. I wish I could remember which team it was against. I just remember the value of points I missed out on. Another time that, again, you want to talk about best moment. Again, they're not pleasant for me. They're not pleasant at all.
Yeah, but it's memorable. This is memorable. It's memorable.
This is where I didn't realize it mattered when you're making a substitution close to the deadline, when you're transferring in a player. And I transferred out a player on my team who was third on my bench. And I brought in Hazard off your team. And the deadline was in 30 seconds. And by the time I made that change, I didn't have time to put my sub on. When the game week started, Hazard on the bench. How many points? Double-digit return. And who could forget about, not last year, I think it was 2 seasons ago, when Salah came off of the bench against Crystal Palace, and everyone thought he wasn't going to play.
Yeah.
Now, I feel as though I left him on my bench, or maybe I played him but didn't captain him. I can't recall.
Yeah.
What I do remember, another double-digit haul, not going my way. So all I ever remember, really and truly, from FPL is missing out on tons of double-digit hauls.
Fair. That's fair.
I mean, I hope you got something more positive, Brad. Tell me.
You know, my most memorable moment really actually came this season that just passed. And it's not like it's something super crazy or outlandish. You know, it happened in the 33rd game week of the season. We're at the business end of things, and where my rank was, I was kind of just outside of the top 100K. And I had made a decision to go without, you know, the big man Mo, and I moved Kevin De Bruyne into my team. They're playing Wolves. He was very lowly owned, and by the 25th or 26th minute in the game, Kevin already had a hat trick. You know, the whole time I'm watching that game, I still remember it like it was yesterday. I'm excited. Ends up completely just catapulting my rank up and actually putting me into having a decent and successful season. That's probably my favorite moment, because it was like, you know, I made a big decision that actually worked out for once, because it so often doesn't in FPL, right? You plan for it and foolishness ends up happening on the game day.
It's a cruel game. So outside of FPL, tell me, Bri, what are the things that you do? What are your hobbies? What are you into?
Football is a big part of my life. If I'm not watching it, I'm going to be playing it. If I'm not doing that, it's definitely going to be some type of sports or activity. You know, I'm in fantasy a lot. I'm doing basketball fantasy now, you know, watching NBA ball. I'm also a big gamer. So, you know, you can catch me on Call of Duty. Well, you don't want to catch me on Call of Duty, because if you catch me, you're probably dead. You know, and just generally just having fun, hanging out with friends, you know, chilling with family. But definitely big on sports and big on competition, competitive gaming. That's me for sure. How about you?
I like it. I think I'm pretty simple. I love fantasy sports, just like you. Fantasy basketball has actually always been something I've been playing. Outside of that, definitely like to travel, get on a plane, check out another country, enjoy the sun, have some drinks, relax. A new hobby, relatively new hobby, podcasting.
Yeah.
See what I did there? Cooking, definitely cooking, trying new foods. And just spending time with my loved ones, enjoying life for what it is. So how about we round this off for our viewers here, and tell me, Bri, why are you recording with Up Your Rank FPL?
I talk about FPL and football so damn much, I might as well just do a podcast about it. I really do enjoy having serious discussions and debates around fantasy football and what's going on in the footballing world. I'm always looking at stats. You know, I'm following and really keeping my ears to the street on what's going on. It's transfer season now, and trust me, I'm watching all types of different sources and what they're saying. I'm just very entrenched in it, and I want to be able to help the community, you know, just get better. Fantasy can be a fun game if you plan for it and you know what's going on and you're managing it the right way. And I want to be able to help the folks with that. That's why I'm doing the podcast. What about you? What's your reason behind it?
It's kind of similar to you in the sense of we talk about FPL so much, we may as well share our thoughts with everybody else who can potentially find value out of the discussions that we're having. I just want to be more engaged with the community.
Yep.
Also, any types of tips or knowledge that we're able to share, and if it helps you in any type of way, you know, that's rewarding in a sense.
Absolutely.
So for me, if I can get that sense of, to a degree, fulfillment, being able to help my fellow FPLers play the game, then why not? And I know you guys are fiending for content. So what's one more pod?
What's one more pod? Listen, guys, it's been a real pleasure getting the opportunity to just share a little bit about us. Please be sure to like and subscribe to the video, share it. You definitely want to have your notification bell on because the content is going to be coming right around the corner. We're going to be hitting you with some new content over the next couple of days, and you definitely don't want to miss out on that. Also, if some of the questions that we asked didn't give you enough information about us, please ask us in the comment section. We'll be reading everything. Looking forward to having you guys come along this wild ride with us. Follow us on Twitter, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace out. Up your rank FPL.